Working on orders. Artis Boutique. Knocking these orders out that we have for tonight. Supplies here. Actually just listened to a great interview.
Size of the market building?
12 months.
What's up, Artis gang? It's your girl Nisha.
It's your boy Marcus.
And we are back with another video. We're actually here doing some orders that we have to do today. So we're going to sit here and chit chat with you guys while we are doing so. We actually just listened to a great interview from Dr. Trisha Bailey, which is someone that we know personally and that we take a lot of advice and a lot of gems that she gives. We receive a lot of information from her. So she had a great interview, and basically she was talking about business and the businesses that she has herself, and she was also giving advice.
True indeed. We actually mentioned her in previous videos, and we said, when we was in Orlando, she was a big inspiration and a mentor to us. And she, supported us and gave us business advice. Anytime we wanted business advice, we just text her and she'll give us more than what we asked for, So
And actually, I used to work for Trisha, so, I was within her vicinity, daily. So it kind of, pushed me to know that I could do it and that all things are possible.
And what's crazy? There was a time when I was, I literally prayed for it. I prayed that Nisha would find someone like that, like find a mentor, a female mentor and stuff like that. And it's crazy. She ended up getting a job working for Trisha, And she came to me the first day of work. She came to me. She was like, "All right, you want to do these businesses? We doing it because I see that it's possible."
Yep.
That's exactly what she said. She said, "I see it's possible. I see it firsthand that we could do it."
And I mean, this lady is a multi-millionaire, so just imagine, she has to know something, and we know that anything, the advice that she's given us, she's done it, so she has to have some type of, information. So in the interview, what was your favorite part, or what did you want to talk about?
It was a number of things that she said that I liked, but one of the main things that I really took from it and that I liked was when she was saying, "Don't take no for an answer," When she said, people will say no, but I don't hear no.
Yep.
And she said something that really hit me and Nisha. It's funny because me and Nisha are literally twins. Like, soon as she said it, we both grabbed our phone at the same time to retweet it, basically.
And what did she say?
She said, wait, I don't even remember.
I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up, so I'm gonna read my post. It says, "There's no such thing as no when it's something you want."
Yep.
And that's a fact. When it's something that you want, there's no such thing as no. And what do I always say to you, Nisha? Every time Nisha's like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, you know, which is not often.
I was gonna say, I don't say it.
Yeah, it's not often, but when, even I do it sometimes. So, you know, I can't just talk about you, but in those situations, I always say, if there's a will, there's a way. You know, and that's the same thing. Like, there's no such thing as no when it's something you want. Basically saying you can do anything you put your mind to.
Yep. And I like what she said too, like as far as like the drive that you have, you know, everybody has a temporary 9 to 5. Not, I can't say temporary for everybody, but you know, temporary 9 to 5 for me. But she said, you know, when you go to that job, how hard, basically, how hard you work, you know, it could follow you in your business. So if you're in there working hard like it's your business, you know, it's gonna pay off. That's
a fact. When I first started New Covenant with my previous business partner, I was working at McDonald's when we started it.
No, it wasn't a female.
Yeah, it wasn't a female, it was my cousin. I was working with my cousin doing New Covenant. And one thing, I don't even know where it even came from. Maybe I heard someone say it, I don't know what it was, but something just told me that I need to work hard on this job because it's gonna, you know, if you work hard on your 9 to 5, you're gonna work hard on your business. You know, because you gotta put yourself in work mode 24/7. If you're lazy at your 9 to 5, you're gonna be lazy on your business. That's just how it is, you know?
Also too, like I feel like with respect too.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that too.
Respect is a big thing. So if that's something that you're always practicing, because one thing about us, people always like cling to us. Like we always meet. I feel like the best people. You know, we always come in contact with the best.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, so it's just having that spirit and just being that type of person.
I think the reason being is because we have that. That's another thing Trisha said. She said, you know, you got to have that thing, you know, to where people feel your aura. You know, you got to be a business person before you're a business person. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we show even when we meet people. We're always respectful and all that. We're always professional, and you know, and people see that.
And always got to meet up. Like when it comes to photography, when we do photography with people, you know, we always try. As soon as we come home, the first thing we're doing is like make sure we working on the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Like we don't play around, like because that matters. Like your turnaround time, even like with these.
We're huge on turnaround time. That's like one of our things for every business we have. We're huge on turnaround times, and one of the reasons we're like that is because we know from a consumer standpoint of how it is when we don't get our stuff on time. You know, and
that's happened to us like on several occasions.
Exactly.
You know? And that's not good business, because at the end of the day, we're still a business. We still have customers. It doesn't make the person look bad. It makes us look bad because it's coming from us. It's our business.
And even when it happens, still us as business people, when it happens, when we order something from somebody else and it's not on time, and you know it takes forever due to their lack of, you know, keeping up or whatever the case may be, not being able to supply the demand, whatever the case may be, because sometimes it's the post office. Sometimes, so when it's the post office, you know, you can't blame them. But then when I contact them to check my order, you know, I better be able to get through to customer service though.
Right. But nowadays it's like a lot of businesses, you can't even speak to customer service. I don't know, like, and I don't feel like that's good.
Right.
You know?
So one thing I was about to say is, it's unacceptable when it happens to us. So we can't be like, oh, that's unacceptable, and doing it ourselves, which we don't do. That's why we, you know, our main pride is in fast turnaround time.
And that's kind of what pushed us to start, you know, printing our shirts ourselves, because like we went to a place and it was the worst customer service. I mean, between the attitude when you first walk into the place.
Everything happens for a reason.
And one thing, my husband is the designer, so you know when you design something and
you know exactly how you want it.
Exactly. And I mean, like, we sent it in a certain size. Go there and it's huge and it's all stretched out, and you know when something is stretched out.
Not only was it stretched out, it was printed crooked on it.
It was crooked. Yeah, two things that they did for us was crooked. And then when you complain to them, they give you an attitude.
You know what's sad about it? We call ourselves supporting black businesses.
Yes.
You know, we was like, oh, they black, you know, we're gonna support them, da da da. We go to them, the first thing we get from them when we go in is an attitude. you know, and they acting like we don't know what we talking about. We've been doing this, you know, clothing game for a while. You know, so don't automatically assume we don't know what we're talking about when we're speaking to you about how we want our stuff to look and you know, what we need. And that's exactly what they gave us. It was terrible customer service. Remember the time they was way across town. They didn't give nobody no warning. We went over there. We was ready to put our order in. Get there.
No, pick up our stuff that we needed.
Was we picking it up or putting an order in?
We were picking up. That was the whole point of us going there. We were picking up our products.
Oh, okay. So we was picking it up. We get there and they was closed, man. They was closed.
And didn't even tell anyone they were closed. You know, I had to email them because you're calling the phone. Of course, they're not there to answer the phone. And then when I finally did get in contact with them, oh, we were closed. Like, when were you going to tell somebody that you were closed?
If you was closed, you should have let us know because we literally just drove across town.
And they told us that they were going to be there that day, you know?
Yeah. So they gave us an attitude too.
Yeah.
They gave us attitude because they was like, we sent out a mass email telling everybody.
But we didn't get the email.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that we didn't get your email.
Exactly.
If your hours say this time to this time, these days a week, you know, if you're not going to be there, just let your people know. Because at the same time, like I said, we are a business.
And plus, whether you're wrong or we're right, this is one thing.
Always right.
This is one thing I learned about being in the fast food industry is the customer is always right.
Yep.
So, you know, even if you did send the email out, don't give me an attitude when I'm, you know, talking to you about it. Because we even deal with that. We deal with people who get attitude sometimes and, you know, say this and say that. We always keep it professional.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And we always give the utmost customer service. It's been times when we went out of our way to make sure the customer is happy.
Oh,
plenty of times.
Yes.
You know, even come out of our pockets, you know, to make sure they get what they want.
And at the same time, your reputation is everything.
Right. Even when it's not even our fault. Like it was recently when the person received an order from us and the delivery people cut the package. You remember that?
Yeah.
They cut the package and cut it.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Shirt.
Yeah, they cut the shirt.
You could tell it was with a box cut.
Right. Did we send them a new shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't even our fault, and we sent them a new shirt.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes that's just what you have to do. You make your customers happy, especially when you know that it's like it wasn't their fault. Because a lot of these things that people order, I know that they're gifts for other people. So you know, I just want to make sure that
we think for the customers,
right?
Too, you know,
right? You have to. And another thing that I always run into, like that I see on social media and stuff. This is another thing Trisha said too. Like people always look to people that they know to support them. You know, like the way that I look at it, like I don't look at people that I know for support because it's always going to come from somewhere else. So like a lot of our business, I'm not saying all of our business, but a lot of our businesses come from people that we don't know.
Right. I had to learn that in the beginning too. Because when I first started New Covenant with my cousin, I thought that we was going to sell out right off the top because I know so many people. And they look at me as a trendsetter. So when I put it out, I was like, oh man, everybody's going to love it. Everybody's going to jump on. And it was fly too, you know, New Covenant still fly. So we put it out and crickets, man.
Yeah. It's the hate. You know?
It was crickets. So, you know, one thing I learned from that whole situation is just like Trisha said, people you know, support isn't going to come from the people you know. You know?
It's very seldom.
So, you know, when you see when the people that you know don't support you, don't let that mess you up.
Yeah.
Don't let that discourage you.
Because like I said, it's always somebody else who's gonna, you know, purchase your stuff and is gonna love it, and then they're gonna like the way that they wear it. You know, they're really happy that they got it. They feel nice. You know, you know, so you just don't want that.
Right. So don't let it discourage you when people that you know don't support you, because 9 times out of 10 in the beginning, your support is going to come from people that you don't know. You know, and if you have something and you're getting like at least, say if you get 20 if you get 20 sales, then that means that you have something that's going to be successful. If you get 20 sales,
and then they'll come along once you're successful. They're gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I knew you was gonna be successful. Oh, boy, I knew y'all was gonna do it." You know?
Right.
They jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, they definitely jump up and you know, be on.
It is what it is.
You know,
but
like I said, like I said, if you get 20 sales, that means you could get 100 sales.
Mm-hmm.
Get 100 sales, that means you could be 200. Then boom. Keep it going from there.
And one thing about us, like, we're always pushing other people. Even if somebody else, you know, did the same thing that we did and that we know, we're still going to push them. We're still going to be supportive. You know,
that's because you get what you give.
That's true.
You know, if you want people to support you, how are you going to want someone to support you and you're not supporting them?
And I feel like sometimes, even if it's not your thing, like say someone's selling bow ties or something, but you know you don't wear bow ties. It's just the point of supporting that business. You know, no matter if it's a black business, white business, you know, businesses are business, you know, and everybody, you know.
We always, that's one thing about us. If we see people that's trying to start their business, we always support them. We always, even if it's not buying a product, we still, you know, we might share their link.
It's free.
We might share them and be like, yo, check them out. You know, they got dope stuff, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Give them words of inspiration, all types of stuff, you know. Sometimes it don't have to be exactly, you know, buying a product if it's not a product that you're interested in, but at the same time, it's putting them in a position to where they could capitalize from it.
That is true.
And guess what? You get what you give, you know?
So that's just, you know, the interview that we were listening to on today. So we're sitting here.
Shout out to Trisha again.
Knocking these orders out. We're also sitting here watching Life with the Artists.
Do we have the next size for that? Next size for that? For the Michael Jordan?
These two are 0 to 3. The next two orders are 0 to 3.
All right.